Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Now, today I'm going to be showing you how to use an online graphing calculator, which is the best way to graph, obviously now during a pandemic. It's the best way to graph and learn functions and just get a visual. And what is this website called? Well, it's called Desmos. And if you want the link, it will be in the description, like always. But before I show you how to do it, if you guys are new to my channel and like what you're seeing, let me know by subscribing to my channel and turning on post notifications. As we're almost to 100 subscribers, I would really like to reach that goal. So subscribe and also like the video. Let's get into it. So I want you to go to your web browser and type up Desmos. So Desmos. And as you can see, you can get quite a visual that is graphing calculator by these searches. So I'm just going to press Desmos. And here's a description. It's founded by Eli Luberoff, a math and physics double major. And it's also written in JavaScript. And if you're not on a PC, you can also use this on mobile. So press Desmos Beautiful Free Math. And also, this thing is free to use, and it's the best way to learn, obviously, now, because we're in a pandemic. And this is their logo, Desmos in green with a capital lowercase d. So I'm not going to show you the beginning, but I'm going to show you something on the bottom, which you can see. And you'll notice that there's these cool drawings. Now, these drawings, believe it or not, were drawn from Desmos. You can draw so cool things with Desmos, and it's phenomenal. You can check out the contest, which is right here, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you how to use Desmos. You can also use Desmos as in classroom. It's so teachers can click there and students can click there to join their teacher. But let's press on graphing calculator because that's the main thing of Desmos. Okay, so as you can see, we're on Desmos. Now I'm going to quickly give you how to use this graph. So there's a graph, obviously. You can use your mouse to move it, or you can use your scroll wheel to zoom in and out, or you can press the plus and minus. Like I said, you do not need an account, but if you want an account to save your graphs, by all means, just log in or sign up. Press on the settings, and you'll get your settings. You can make it projector mode, which just like makes it a little more brighter. Reverse contrast is basically like reverse contrast. I'm not a fan of that, so I'm not going to use it. Braille align mode is basically it's a mode for other people. I'm not gonna use that because I don't need it. But if you would like to use it, you can use it. This is grid now. So there's two types of grid. There's the circular grid and there's the grid, like your lines and your rows. Basically, you can choose whatever you want, or you can press no grid and you'll just get a basic graph without the lines. Now, you could also do axis numbers, which shows you the axis. Obviously, I find that really helpful to graph. The minor grid lines will basically be the mini grid lines, like your decimal points, or the, for example, when I'm zoomed out, my 1. So I want that, and I also want arrows. Arrows are basically going to like show that there's still more to go. Obviously, when you're graphing on Desmos, you can go infinite. So like if I zoom out, I could go all the way to like 1,000, and you can do that, which I can do. I'm already on 10K. But if you want to go back, you don't need to press your scroll wheel. Just press home, and you're back. And there's no other settings. Well, your axis, so you can name your axis. So my x-axis, let's say, is gonna be subscribers, or sorry, my time, because that's my independent variable, and my subscribers, my dependent. This will be your range, so basically it's saying from -5, it'll go all the way to +5, but that keeps on changing. Now press the two arrows and go to your inputs. So here is where you can input multiple things. You can input graphs, functions, tables, points, everything, and even explore. So if you want to become like draw cool things, I just highly recommend exploring. That's the best way to learn things. And yeah, so let's type in an equation. So let's say you're learning quadratic functions. So I'm going to write y equals x minus 2 squared. And boom, it creates it. And one sec, I'm on the wrong mode. Projector mode makes it a little bit thicker. But basically it shows you the equation and zoom in or zoom out if you want. Now, if you press on the setting bar and press on the red dot or the red thing, you can customize the color, the thickness, the opacity, the line type, however you want. But yeah, that's a cool feature. If you like to do that, you can do that. You can also do other things like your linear functions. You can do any types of functions you want. It will draw that. And you don't even need to write Y. You can just write X and boom, it'll draw it. Or X in the bars. Oops. So you can draw it however you want. And also, you don't need to write Y. You could write X equals X. Or let's say DD. Wait, DD equals X. Oh no, you can only write one time, guys. But D equals X. Cool thing. And if you want to delete, just press on that X. Now, there's also, you can add a table. So press the plus sign, and you can add expression like always. Now, there's a table, but before I move on to table, let's press on note. Note is basically you're just typing. I can write subscribe. Remember to subscribe, guys, and like the video. But it won't affect the graph as long as it's a note, because if I wrote subscribe, you'll notice that here it's like normal font, and here it's in like italics. And that's because these are your variables. So they're going to add sliders which represent as your variable. So just press X to delete that and write subscribe and like the video. Now you can add table like I said, and basically it says your X value or your Y value. I can name this as time. Oh wait, no, you have to name these as variables. Sorry guys, you have to name this as X and Y. Sorry. So I'm going to input. So I'm going to input 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And basically it creates a graph or the plots. Now, how do I want to make it into a line? Well, like always, press the settings and press on the dots, the circle. You can customize the points or not show them. So let's say I want a circle or X. I like X's. They look cool. You can change the color like always. So I'm going to make it black. If you press line, it will basically let you make it into a line. And you can make it into a line. You can also make drag. Drag is basically allowing you to move it, and you can choose if you want to move it up or down only, left or right only, or all. Now here's a cool feature. Let's say I move this bottom point. It's gonna automatically move, like re-coordinate it on the graph. So it's a cool feature which allows you to like move points accordingly to you. So that's another cool feature. Now, the last thing you can also, or well, not the last thing, but you can also add folders. Folders are just an easy way to organize. Basically, if I want to write a function like X, and then I want to write X, basically, I don't want to take up all the space. I just close the folder and it'll say X. And if I want to rename the folder, all I press is on this. This is the folder name. Sorry, guys. Wait. You can name the folder. So a folder name could be folder, and I can write X equals 2. Close it. It'll still be there. It'll just say that this is the folder. Okay? And when you write your straight lines, your undefined lines, you'll notice that it gives me like a negative 10 to 10. Basically, this is like a slider which allows me to move it wherever I want. And I can also change it. So if I want to make it negative, let's say 25 to only 10, you'll notice I can do that here. I can do negative 25 all the way to 10. That was your domain. Domain is basically like your like the lowest X value to the highest X value. Now, this part will require an account, but you don't need it if you want to save your graphs. So if you want to save your graphs, you can basically save them. But if you don't need an account for this, but you can also get default or examples. So let's say if I want to do parabolas, your parabolas are basically your quadratic functions. I'll press open graph and it'll give me a new tab or a new graph, and it'll give me the format. So ax squared plus bx plus c. And I can just change the sliders. So for example, a will be 0.3, and I don't need to even input that. So that's one cool thing. And yeah, guys, that's all there is. Desmos is such a cool thing for learning, and honestly, it's the best way to do math online. And this requires no papers. So think of all the trees we're saving from not using graph papers, because paper is paper is costly. We obviously cut down so many trees. But an online app, that's just awesome. We can use this anywhere and wherever we want. So yeah, guys, that will be all for today. Like I said before, if you found this video helpful, like the video. If you like my videos, subscribe. And if you like what I make, the videos I make, turn on post notifications so you never miss out my awesome videos. See you later, guys. Bye bye. And remember to check out my other videos, which will show you in just a second. Bye bye.